Welcome back, everyone, to the And I Quote Self-Development Training Book Review with the Transformation Leader, Crystal Metellus. Today is our last and final video for our weekly book review. We went strong for 17 consecutive weeks without a miss and have now officially completed the entire devotional together. I hope it was a blessing to you all and made you reevaluate some areas in your life that you can actively work on and fine tune so you can take it to the next level. Your future moving forward should look a lot brighter than your past as you just continue to make the conscious decision to do better and be better, to live a life of fulfillment as opposed to just contentment. Today, we will be going over the bonus section found in the very back of the book immediately following the devotion day 31, and it is titled The Balance Plate Theory. This bonus section in your books, it was derived from a desire just to see you all win in every single area of your life, because many people believe that they somehow have to choose to thrive in one area and then sacrifice all of the others. There is this notion that it is impossible for one to have balance in their life because of the mere fact that the amount of hours that we are given in a day in accordance with the amount of time expected for us for each individual task, it doesn't correlate. Deeming the mere thought of it not reality, but more like fantasy. Which I have to say that I completely understand this philosophy, but after receiving an eye-opening revelation from God, I have to politely disagree with it. And for the sake of all of you who would like to remain in high hopes that you can indeed have the life that you strongly desire without compromise. For those of you who don't want to settle for less. For those of you who choose to remove your limiting thought patterns. I would like to refute that notion that says that you can't. God has given me a very unique theory for correlating the balanced meal plan with a balanced life plan. Now, what that means is understanding that balance is not solely having equal parts, but having adequate parts. If we look at a common, well-balanced meal plan, we will see that it generally consists of three core food classifications, which are protein, carbohydrates, and vegetables. Protein for your physical structure, right? Carb for your energy, and then vegetables for things like vitamins and minerals to assure your body's performance. Now, what I would like for you to primarily see regarding this is that although all three groups are necessary for the body, the required amount of each of them differs. Generally, the vegetable portion is nutritionally suggested to be the largest, consuming approximately 1/2 of our plate, which, truth be told, is completely opposite of what we do. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to keep that our little secret. But no, really, then you have what's known as carbs and protein that each take up 1/4 of their own portion of the plate. And when you break the meal down even more, you begin to identify how things like fats and sugars play a part within the daily diet as well, intermingled within those three basic food groups. So now, if we look at a well-balanced life plan, we can break that down and categorize it as well. The average human life, give or take a few, considering the person and what they may or may not have based off of things like time frames and circumstances or even preference, it could possibly consist of these 5 things that I'm about to list, which are God, family, work, health, and rest. God for things like purpose and guidance. Family for love and wholeness. work for security and benefit. Then we got health for our well-being. And last but not least, we have rest for our energy, right? So now we know that the amount of hours per day that we are all given is 24 hours. We are all given 24 hours in a day. The suggested most beneficial amount of sleep per day is 8 hours, cutting us drastically down from 24 hours to 16. Then most full-time careers claim another 8 hours, leaving us with only 8 hours remaining. But based off of the classification groups that we started with, we still have 3 groups left to incorporate in only an 8-hour window. So the fact is that there is no way possible for the last 3 categories to be given the same allotment of time as the first 2. So at this point, what do? The key is to neglect none. So what we need to do here is begin to commingle. Commingling is a good instrumental practice in these kind of scenarios. For those of you who actually purchased the, and I quote, workbook, in addition to your, and I quote, devotional, you were privy to see an actual illustration of both the balanced meal plan and the balanced life plan with the commingling correlating factors as, an example of how to make it applicable in your life. So just to give everyone here a verbal example of what it looks like, you can use your time to and from work as a way to have an opportunity to talk to God as well. You can combine your workout regimens, sports, and dining times. You can correlate that together with family time as well, as a time that you all come together to bond and to have fun, to converse and to reflect on the day, right? So on and so forth. Remember that it's not about equal parts. It's about having adequate parts. And just really quickly, I would like to define that word adequate for you so you have a better understanding. So the word adequate actually means satisfactory or acceptable in quality or quantity. Another thing that I pointed out in the book is that dividing time in accordance with necessities can forge the required balance for your own unique life to function properly. You just have to be mindful to accurately pencil it all in. Whenever you guys hear me talk about the, and I quote, devotional, one of the things that I often emphasize is that one of the most important concepts behind the whole purpose of it was to set the tone for your life, to strategically plan ways in which you can begin to control the narrative. Reclaim your rightful authority and begin to be your own boss, simply by reclaiming your seat at the table. You can begin to do this by allowing some of the enlightening viewpoints here in this devotional to broaden your perspective, and also by allowing the impactful messages that we have been going over week after week to empower you and to push you past your limitations. One of the things that I mentioned in the very beginning of this devotional was how a self-inflicted holding place can be the kryptonite to your God-given potential. So before we end, if there is anyone who would like to further connect with me in regards to some of what we had talked about thus far, or if you would like to just be privy to, additional information going forward in some of my future engagements, make sure to go over to my website and join the Boss Movement. All you have to do is leave your name and an email address. The web address that you can go to and do this is www.crystalmetellus.com. You are also able to purchase your very own copy of the, and I quote, 31-day devotional from there as well. One last time, guys, do it with me. Let's say it together. Remember to always boss up, take charge, and put a demand on your day. Bye, guys. Be blessed.